Welcome back. Hey, who needs to go to the Vegas Sphere when you can just look up at the sky and see beautiful rays of glowing lights, a really psychedelic light show. Now, Chicagoans were delighted by the rare appearance. Usually we have to travel way up north to get a glimpse of what's behind that heavenly display. But is the show over? Joining us now is Hunter Miller, researcher and public educator at the Adler Planetarium. Hey, Hunter, thanks for joining us. So remind us just what causes the aurora borealis, aka the northern lights.
So these northern lights that we see in the sky all come down to the connection between increased solar activity and the magnetosphere here on Earth. So when these big emissions of solar material come our way, they can interact with the gases up in our atmosphere, excite those gases, and make them glow, much like how we create neon signs.
So these solar flare-ups really were, taking hold this week. Usually we don't get them this far south. What accounted for sort of the vast amount of territory that was able to view these?
So it really just depends on the strength of the solar activity that's happening. And right now we are at something called solar maximum. So the sun goes through cycles that last about a decade on average, where sometimes it won't have very high activity. And right now there's much more increased activity, which can cause all sorts of things. But one of those being these ejections that can create the northern lights here.
So how rare is it to see it in Chicago? Will we be able to see it again? And is this sort of round over for now?
So we've had the chances to see them here in the city, a few times over the last year and a half. It's really difficult to predict if this activity will continue. The sun is still active and there's lots of sunspot groupings that can create these ejections, but it really is tough to predict. Now, as far as the short term, there is still the chance of seeing some northern lights tonight. Right now, we don't have them on the predictions, but the magnetosphere is weak from the activity that we've seen over the last couple of days. So I don't want to say there's no chance. I think the best of it has passed, but there could be a substorm that pops up later this evening still.
All right, well, we'll keep our fingers crossed for that. Typically, where is the best place to locate them, and what is the best time?
Well, time is really very dependent on when this solar material is reaching us here on Earth, so that can happen any time of the night. As far as the best place goes, really what matters is that you're in a dark location. And as you mentioned, these are often happening further north than us, so you want a good sightline to the north. So if you're south of downtown and you've got Chicago's big light dome in your way, it can make it much more difficult to pick up these faint auroras. So I would recommend getting north or west of the city to a dark place with a nice view low to the northern horizon.
Did you get any dispatches from folks here in Chicago that had some really amazing views?
Oh, especially a couple of days ago, there were some beautiful views. Last night, some folks got the chance to image them from right outside the Adler Planetarium while they were observing through the Dome Observatory. So there have been some great opportunities the last couple of days, and it's been really fun to see the astronomy community not only get really excited about this, but also grow a little bit and bring in some new folks to this exciting world that we have.
All right, Hunter Miller, great show, great insight. Thank you so much for joining us. Hunter Miller from the Adler Planetarium. Let's hope that we can talk again amid another great light show in the sky. Appreciate it.
I hope so too. Thanks for having me.
All right, you bet. And hey, we didn't get to that hemp story, but we'll be sure to get it up on Fox Local or the fox32chicago.com website. Also on our Fox 32 YouTube channel. Many ways to see that story. It's an interesting one. Those hemp products are pretty much going to be illegal in 1 year because of the federal bill that passed. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Keep up with all the news you need to know at fox32chicago.com. We are back on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone.